Hey, just sitting in my car with my AC right now because I am so pissed off right now. But then again, I always am. What's going on? Okay, barely finished a week of school and it's been hell because, so my kids are both on the spectrum. And at first it was my daughter who was having a hard time acclimating because she's at a new school. She's in kindergarten, everything's new, and she just kept wanting to go home because it was hot. It's hot in the East Bay of California, so she gets hot easily. So, but they were working with her. They were helping her have water and relax and get to know the kids there, and she was doing good. It was my other child, my son, my eldest, who was anxious and wanting to be home. And every day, whether it's about my daughter or my son, I've been getting a call to pick them up. We've been trying to get them. So school is ending early the first 2 weeks, I think, at least for my daughter. I'm not sure if it's for my son too. Because school technically should go to 2:45, but early days go to 1:10. I barely finish my job at about 12:55, 1 o'clock, and I'm getting text messages to get them picked up, or get him picked up. My husband's working from home. Now, he may be able to go, he may not, but this is like, what's going to happen when he needs to go to the office? Do I need to quit my job? Do I need to be a stay-at-home parent again? Because apparently we're trying for over a year now to get ABA service back and running, which was not coming together. And I was trying to get it because my son was transferring from his school, his special day class at a different school, to third grade general ed class. And we needed to make sure that we had some sort of support, probably ABA therapy, to help him stay at school, because he wasn't on his ADHD medication the first week and he was eloping a lot. I mean, now he doesn't elope as much, but he needs help with the after school program because it's not affiliated, like it's at the school, but it's not like, doesn't have staff that's like through the school, so there's no BTs and stuff, so we can't even get anybody with the district. We pretty much have to keep on Kaiser, keep on the third party ABA people who are trying to get the ABA going, and it's been over a year. He hasn't had somebody since June of last year, and we're trying to get somebody to help at his school, and I just can't take it anymore. I'm not going to quit my job. I'm not going to get berated by somebody over here who says they want to help me, but on the other hand is also saying that they're worried about the waiting list. Do you want to help me get these kids situated here and like help me get the ABA going, or do you want to kick my kids out and get, that shit happening? Anyways, so I'm annoyed. On top of that, every night my daughter's been shrieking, screaming like a banshee, throwing things, breaking dishes, trying to scratch, because you'll say she'll want to go shopping and get this and that, and you say, no, not right now. Not right now. We can't do this right now. And everyone's answer at schools is take away some privilege. I don't know how it works for like any other autistic or ADHDer to do that, but I haven't found a way to do that, man. I used to have a lockbox. I used to lock my phone. My son would break them every time. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could hide stuff or something like that, but then it's like, what if they get and find it and they break it open and stuff? So it's just this hypervigilance. When I'm already a hypervigilant person who just wants to not be hypervigilant anymore, when I have my own ADHD to deal with and my own hormones and my own stress and nervous system and vagus nerve and shit that's not working right, because I've always been like this since a kid. And man, I just realized I kept thinking it was always like, oh, terrible family upbringing, terrible screaming and fights. And maybe that had a point, but mostly it's about the fact that like in our genetics, we have a hard time regulating our nervous system. We're very reactive and angry. Everything feels overwhelming. Everything feels huge. It's like, how do you process that with your sensory processing? It's just, I don't know. Anyways, and that, and the news of the world, and like I'm in my morning classroom and they're listening to kids news, and I love that. That's great. And they refer to it as the Israeli-Palestinian war. And I'm like, if that's for me, I think the definition of war is when both people are fighting and both people have weapons. I mean, I don't know, maybe Hamas had some weapons, but at this point it's an annihilation. It's a huge fucking genocide. And I feel for this country because not only do we care about all the countries that are dealing with genocide and stuff, we care about ourselves too, because no one gives a shit about healthcare, no one gives a shit about education, no one gives a shit about the homeless, no one gives a shit about the parents who are killing themselves because childcare is not a thing, the way the schedules are for school and work, how they fuck each other over. I don't know what else to say. So now I'm gonna go pick up my kids, and my husband's gonna be miserable for a bit because I'm gonna try to go to a Pilates class because I need something. And it's just a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt. And on top of it, it's a school that doesn't have a lot of money, so they don't have any AC, and they need AC. And I think it's great that Steph Curry paid for their whole back play yard and stuff, but they should have gotten AC instead. Because it's always hot. Kids are always hot, and I gotta wait till it finally cools down and it's late fall or early winter. Pain in the butt. Anyways, I overall have never been happy with how we're trying to deal with my children's special needs and help and services through Kaiser. Regional Center's not great either. I feel like with everything, we just need to pay out of our fucking asses to find something better. And that's just the way America is now. And it's pissing me off. I have my own health issues. My children do. So it's people might wonder why you always broke. Well, it's because we have to spend a lot of money on our health care because our fucking insurance doesn't do shit. So imagine that times 3 or more. Yeah. Anyway. Let's take a moment to... I'm sure there's more I can say, but I don't want to. I am going to go out tonight with my husband to Children's Fairyland. They're having an adult night. The kids are going to be at another date night thing, getting food and snacks and treats and a movie. And so I just want to have a couple hours of freedom, of joy, of love, of just being instead of having to do all the time. And maybe this will just go away because I just feel like I can't breathe anymore. And I don't even have the kind of problems that other people have that are dealing with genocide or, police brutality or, sexual assault and yada, yada, yada. I don't want to yada, 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 but you know what I mean? I mean, there's so much else going out there that's 10 billion times worse. But for anyone who's a special needs parent and dealing with this and who might also have ADHD or be on the spectrum themselves, it makes everything feel like everything's a vice grip. And it makes me understand why as a child, every time there was a news report of a war in another country or a child who was kidnapped or whatever, I was always crying. I was always in bed crying. I was always in tears, and I always felt things way too strongly. And I just don't know how to process it. It just lives in my body, and I don't know how to process it. And how am I supposed to teach my kids how to deal with that? My son and my daughter who are having their own emotional regulations issue or sensory processing issues. It's a lot. Well, hopefully tomorrow will be a better day.